Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name is Beth, and if you're new, welcome. I began this beautiful scrappy quilt on a recent camping trip. Here I am working on my little featherweight in my trailer, and I started it, but of course I couldn't finish it, so I brought the whole basket back home with me, and today I'm going to finish up this wonderful scrappy quilt. I have a huge basket of this chisel shape piece that I'll be piecing together. I used 4 chisel shapes for each section of the quilt. I did use 4 chisels of each fabric, but they needed to be cut differently. So I needed 2 and 2, and I'll show you in just a little bit how to make that chisel shape template out of cardboard, and I do have a short video that shows how you could also cut it from a strip without a template. The quilter that cut out all of these shapes, and there are a lot of these chisel shapes to choose from. I don't think I'll be able to use them all in this quilt. The quilter that cut these all out used a template. She drew the shape on the fabric and probably cut it out with scissor. I'm not sure, but I can see the line on some of these shapes. So I had to do a little digging to get 4 that are alike or similar. So if I didn't have 4, I tried to get similar, and I guess I did find the pinks, all of the pinks that match. So I had a big mess on my sewing table as I was putting this quilt together. Once I had all of my long rows put together, I have 16 sets of 4 of the chisel shapes. I attached each of my long strips going opposite directions. Here are all of my long columns of those chisel shaped square pieces together on the floor, and here I am sewing them together, trying to get the points sort of to match. I was not successful every time, and I will mention that the edges of all of these shapes or all of these columns of fabric, they are on the bias, so you have to be really careful when putting this together. You don't stretch out the fabric on the edges. I wanted to explain how you might get this if you don't have a template, which I don't. I don't have a plastic template for this shape. There is a way that you can make a template with cardboard. So my rectangle here is going to be 5 inches by 2¼ inches. That is the size of the shapes that I'm using today that were hand-me-downs from another quilter. So there's my rectangle, and now I'm going to take the 45-degree angle on my ruler here, and I'm going to lay that on the corner and side of my rectangle and draw a 45-degree line. And that is my shape that I'm using for this quilt today. That's one way that you could make your own template. When my quilt was all together, I took a ruler and cut off both the top and the bottom to straighten that edge. I folded up my quilt top. That is what I usually do because this one doesn't have a home quite yet. When I know who's getting it or where I'm giving it to, I will quilt it. This takes up a lot less space in my sewing room, so I will keep this quilt top in the wings, and when I'm ready, I'll quilt it and give it away. And here's that beautiful quilt top using all of those older fabrics that just scrappy quilts are the best. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.